All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to take any quadrilateral and turn it into a tessellation. So I've got a quadrilateral that I drew earlier. So I've got 4 sides, 4 angles, and really it doesn't matter as long as your shape has 4 sides, this process should work. So I got 4 sides, 4 angles, and I did label them 1, 2, 3, and 4, just because it's going to help us as we're doing our drawing. Okay, so once I've drawn my quadrilateral, preferably on like construction paper or something a little bit thicker than just a regular piece of paper if you can, just makes life a little bit simpler. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it out, which I did, or I guess you're going to cut it out, and then you're going to start tracing. So I'm going to put it down on my paper, okay, and I'm going to trace around the outside of this quadrilateral. Okay. So I go around, do your best to trace, don't let it move, okay? And again, this is easier if you've got thicker paper because it won't bend on you as much, okay? So there we go, I've traced my first shape down onto the paper and I had it in this orientation. So what I'm gonna do on the inside is just very faintly, I'll write it so you guys can see it, but I would do it on your paper very faintly so it's easy to erase after. And I'm just gonna put the numbers in the same spot. Okay, so I had 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Once I've traced that, what I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter which side you want to start on, so pick a side. So I'm going to go in between 2 and 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, and instead of it being 2 and 3, I'm going to rotate my shape. So I'm not going to pick it up off the page, I'm going to rotate it. So I'm preserving congruency. I'm going to just rotate it like this, so that angle 2 matches up with 3, and 3 matches up with 2. Okay, so I've just rotated my shape around so you can see 3 and 2, 2 and 3. Okay, and now I'm going to trace my shape again. I'm going to go around the outside, and again, just try your best to not let your shape lift up or slide on you. Okay, so I've got my shape traced, and again, I'm going to write in my numbers, so you guys should do it faintly so that it's easy to erase. I'll do it dark so you guys can see it. So I have 1 and 2 are up in the top now, and then 3 and 4 are down in the bottom corner. Okay, all right, so we see how that goes. Now if I'm starting here, if I was to rotate again, if I was to do it in between these sides 1 and 4 like this, you can see now I'm back to the same orientation of this quadrilateral that I had. It's just slid over here, so it would be undergoing a translation where it slides from one spot to another, okay? But I can really rotate from any side I want. It doesn't matter. So I could rotate up here in between 1 and 2. So if I rotate here so that instead of it being 1 and 2, I'm gonna make it so that 1 goes to where 2 is, and the 2 goes to where the 1 is, and I can put it up here and trace this way. So it doesn't matter which way I go, and in fact, I actually do need to do all of the different translations. Okay, I need to do all of the different translations. So there we go, I've got now 1, 4, 3, and 2. And so if you look, this shape has gone from here, and I just kind of slid it to here, right? I just performed a translation. The shape slid from here to here. So the corners, everything, the orientation about the shape is still the same. The shapes are congruent. I just slid from one spot to the other, okay? Now if I was to look at this corner, I got 1 and 4, right? So now I want to switch it so that 1 and 4 match up, right? So now I've got my 1 and 4 up top and my 4 and 1 in the bottom. And I'm going to trace this. And you can kind of see I've taken my starting shape now, and I've really just gone all the way around. I've done all the different rotations around. Okay, and so now I've got 4, and then here would be 3, and up here is 1 and 2, right? That's what I had. And look, this shape that I had here really kind of just translates or slides into that one, right? So you can see how the shape, it doesn't matter where I'm moving it, the shape always maintains the same size, okay? It just kind of slides from one spot to another. Okay, so now you would want to write you would want to write your numbers and not scratch them in too hard, because eventually, as you start drawing more of them, you're going to want to be able to erase it, right? So I did this so that you didn't have to watch me drawing and coloring. That would be really boring. But here we go, it's the same idea. I started with 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And then I rotated and I got this blue one. And then I rotated this same shape again to get this orange one. And then I rotated the shape back to get that blue one. And so I'm filling up my whole paper with this quadrilateral. I'm creating a tessellation, which is that tiling pattern. So it doesn't matter what quadrilateral you use, you can put it into a tessellation. Okay, I'll do another example really quick with another quadrilateral, but I'll speed that part up and I won't talk you through it, just so you can kind of see how you can take that and tile the whole plane.